Quiet on the set. Rolling. And action. This is my video diary. This is my story to my son. And I don't necessarily know where it's going, but I do intend for it to be a part of legacy. I am Tad B. That's right. Tad B. Born January 27th, 1970. I'm a hip hop kid, part of hip hop generation. I don't know that I'll ever be old. Not trying to be old. Not trying to be young either. Or green. But I definitely am a cult of personality. I have a son. Beautiful kid. This young man's gonna be something else. He has no choice. He's Jewish. And he's being raised by me, a black man in America. He's being raised by our entire family. Myself, my mom, my sisters, my sister, her partner. He loves being within the family. His wonderful cousins, who he and his cousin actually have a DJ service that they're running together. And I think that's really, really dope. You know, and that's his cousin, Anthony Eric Damon Forrest. Wow. Anthony Eric Damon Forrest. That's definitely a cousin name. 4 cousins right there in just one name. But I'm proud, and I bring that up so quickly because he's the next closest male to my son in our family, who, they're brothers. They're truly cousins. And I think when you're deeply a cousin, they're just like a form of brothers. They have a brotherhood, and it's something that I'm proud of because they both are embracing the music. I'm a restaurateur. I have a nice sized restaurant, 5,000 square feet, doubles as a nightclub, social social gathering place. And it's comedy shows, spoken word, all that kind of good stuff. I get on the stage every now and then. But though I'm talking to you, I'm really thinking of my son. And I'm really speaking to him. And I want him to know who I are. I'm your dad. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of where you are in your life. Pause. I don't know that you want to be able to say the N word when it's totally unnecessary for you to say it. I don't know that you want to be able to say that. I don't know that you don't understand that you are already a part of the community. You are part of hip hop community. You're part of black life. And that you matter as much as the darkest, most chocolatiest, most light-skinned, green-eyed, red-haired black male could ever be. Because you're my son. And because you have the values that I'm infusing into you in your DNA. I want you to, I know that just how proud I am of where you are in life, and I'm giving you a backstory upon myself because I don't think that it is my necessity to have to tell you about my weaknesses to make you stronger. I believe there's a thing called respect that not all men show to each other. When I say men, I'm talking about you men show to each other, that allows them to see each other whenever they're putting their best foot forward. And not be the petty, arrogant type of humans who are stepping out and challenging the next human, the next man, to see them be out of their character. So here we are. I've always hugged you. I've always kissed you. I've always patted you on the head. I've always let you lean up on the couch with me and watch football games. I'm not watching any baseball, son. I just can't do it. But I think I've been a very, very fair dad with you. I think been a good dad. I've been a jacked up individual in the past, and I think that's kind of part that I'm sharing now. Because I want you to understand that you do not have to expose yourself to people to get them to do what they should do. You don't have to do that. I'm letting you know, because also I'm not your peer. I'm not your peer. We're not peers. Whenever you turn 30 or 40, I hope that in business or someplace, son, that we will be peers, that I'll look over to you and ask you for advice or a recommendation, and readily, openly, and you'll give it to me, and it'd be very well informed, and as such, benefit us both. But until then, I'm just your dad. Alright. Why did I have a kid? I love music, obviously. And I love to party. I love the nightlife. I needed to boogie. I needed to grow up. When I finally did, I also came to realize that I was not a family man. However, um, I know that I'm worthy of having my name carried on. I know that I'm worthy of being a father. And I sought out to have that happen. And going straight forward from there, and then came you. It was really interesting when I went to the adoption agency. They were perplexed as to why I would be willing to take in a white kid, and then, as was stated also, a Jewish kid. There was a point to check. This may or may not be factual. He may be Jewish, found out later, for the sake of advertisement, looking to Ancestry.com or some other form of genealogical software. But I'm going to elaborate. Because technically it is important to note that it has to be known at an early age that the boy's Jewish. Because no, it's found out later. It becomes a reveal. All right, so back. It's kind of this thing. The adoption agency was. They didn't know how to deal with the situation. If there was an available child to be looked after. As far as foster care goes, adopted. No, straight up adopted, to be adopted. And I wasn't wanted. And it was you. I mean, I had dated any number of different women, racially, going out with, being dated, relationships. No, not so much everybody. But I adopted you, and there was a little bit of, I had to fight for it. I had to fight to be able to be a good parent, to be a parent to a child that needed a parent. And I fought for you in the fact that, if I were in a physical relationship with a woman and we had conceived a child together, then that would automatically be my child. But I had to display some form of valor to bring you into my life. And I wanted that. I did that. And that is something that I want you to be proud of in me. And you take that and carry it forward for yourself in your life, that you come from a proud people. And that you carry yourself with pride and distinction and regal type behavior that is not akin to anything that you will ever learn in school, that you will ever learn other than reading some of the greatest fictions ever written, such as Sir Wilfrid of Ivanhoe or Robin Hood or Camelot or watching Monty Python. So there we begin. My heart was all in. And that is something that I was not able to do with any of my other relationships, so that you, who are my son, would be conceived in the universe, in the ether, through my direct bloodline with someone. I couldn't put you out into the ether that way. I had to have faith. I had to be a very good person. And I had to do it alone. And I don't know that there would have been any I don't know what it would have been if you had been one of the other children, because one of the other children didn't gravitate to me, hold on to me the way that you did. And that's who that baby who you once were is. My heart. So, son, I'm your dad.